Race day Peugeot 9X8 stage 3. Here we go. Gilded wheel. Alright, we're gonna be at Daytona for stage 3. So it's like LMDH, right? Daytona hybrid. I guess we have to go through Daytona one way or another. Today champ is Gilded and represents Peugeot. Will they make it through this round? Only the wheel knows. One of the sections just says question mark. Why would you put question marks, Ahmed? For mystery, for flavor, for ratings. Time to spin. Yeah. Sometimes the game does feel like that's how they develop the game. Let's put question marks. Double gravity lap. Wheel up racing. Alright. And then goal 1. Complete the race within 3 minutes. Warm up the tires to at least 50% before starting lap 2. Alright, so lap 1 we're gonna have to kind of focus on bringing the tire temperature. And are we starting really standing start at Daytona? Now that's new. All right, that's right. Yeah, we have a standing start at Daytona. This is very unusual in this game. This might be the only time we get to do this. I don't remember ever doing a standing start for more or less a cup race here at Daytona. Ooh, we got a Nismo. And look, that was that Audi LMP1? And it's a motorcycle course, so of course we cut across a little bit earlier. Oh, don't go off track. That will bring the temperature down. We wouldn't want that. That we do. Alright, we gotta get it up to 50%. Oh yeah, I think we're good. And Daytona, not quite as long as Spa, so each lap payout is going to be a little less, but of course it takes a little less time to get through as well. Alright. So we got the temperature up to 58%, I know. Or grip up to 58%. Calling the temperature sounds a little funny. Since we don't typically count temperature in the unit of percentage. Anyway, they could have put Celsius or Fahrenheit in here, but perhaps it's irrelevant for the purpose of the game. And oh yeah, we gotta finish within time, right? I think we got it. Alright, so you don't want to spend too much time in lap 1 just to get the temperature above 50% or grip above 50%. There we go. Just as we hit the 100% on the grip, we wrap up those 2 laps. 2 minutes 44 seconds and change, just under 2:45. So well under 3 minutes that we were given. And 16,000 150 motorsport dollars for those 2 laps. So it's more like 8,000 per lap, right? All right. Yeah, we did have Audi and Aston Martin. Yep, Nismo. Yeah, so 2015 LMP1s making their appearances in this stage. It's kind of fun. That's what we need, I think. We need more races where we incorporate more cars from multiple generations. I think that will make it more interesting. Realistic, maybe not, but fun, yes. All right, so goal 2, what do we have? 10 overtakes before you finish lap 3, but don't be overtaken or all is lost. So overtake without being overtaken. I think this one is another one that ends as soon as you complete the overtaking challenges, I want to say. Sort of like the one we had in stage 1 at Catalonia, where we did like was it 5 overtakes? I don't remember. Anyway, 1 down, 9 more to go. 2 down. That first corner, of course, not a easy one to make it perfect. Another Aston Martin. And Ligier and Toyota. Kind of similar, right? That blue and white finish. Alright. We need 2 more overtakes. Over. Sidestep the tarmac there. Yep, as soon as you make those 10 overtakes, the race is over. Took me just over a minute 1 second. All right, 8,100 motorsport dollars for, I guess, a single lap. All right, so far so good. As we cross over the goal 2 of the stage 3, so officially we're kind of heading towards now the second half of this entire event. We will come out on the second half once we're done with this goal, right? So set the fastest lap. All right, and 2 laps to do it at the rate that we're going, without damaging any cars. So we just have to keep it clean and no off track for more than 2 seconds. So yeah, pretty standard affair, even with the involvement of Ahmed's shenanigan, with this wheel of racing shenanigan. Whew. Look at that. Are we gonna get some hot lap here? Alright, looking good. Little 0.9 seconds spent off track there. Less than ideal. Alright. But we have 2 seconds that we can do that, so and those rumble strips all considered on track, of course. So cutting that chicane pretty tight, all considered on track. Alright, so what's our time? We are good 20 seconds ahead of our opponents, looks like. 20 seconds. That is just kind of silly. Okay, more like 8 seconds now. That's more reasonable. Even then, 8 seconds per lap is not exactly a competitive pace, is it now? I guess it doesn't make these goals go just pretty quick, which is fine by me. Since primary goal here is to complete this event on time and win the car. Yeah, you don't really need to push all that hard. We got this in the bag. Of course, in P1, don't really have to worry about crashing into anybody. So one of the conditions was no damage. So there we go. And that is good enough for another victory. Goal 3 of stage 3. All right. 1,600 fame points. So 800 per lap. And about 8,000, right? 8,100 motorsport dollars earning per lap, although it's a little bit less for 2 laps. 50 less. When you do 2 laps, you don't get paid as much for the second lap. How does that work out? All right. Anyway. And that brings us to the final stint for stage 3 here in Florida. Win the race with an average speed. Once again, another average speed challenge. Stay on track. 220.5 kph is the target to beat. All right, and it's gonna be another single lap with a rolling start. So see how this goes. All right. Ooh. That's a crash. I think that was Toyota. I didn't say anything about not crashing though, so we just need to get the average speed up to target, which we have fallen underneath, and I think, yeah, they said no to off track, so that's the other condition that we'll have to meet. And once we clear the interior sector of the race, of the track, the rest of it should be pretty straightforward. Flat out through the speedway section, the oval. And 220 is right there. And another goal, another stage in the bag. Thank you very much. 800 fame points and 8,100 motorsport dollars brings my daily earnings so far to 150,000 motorsport dollars. So we got another 100 or so that we can earn before we get capped out. So that's where the remainder of this event comes in to play its role. Stage 4 and stage 5, right? All right, so 4 goals complete to wrap up stage 3, and for the effort we get to earn 1,250 victory points, 20 gold, 50,000 motorsport dollars. So let's go ahead and collect, and the 1,250 victory points, this time we're gonna land on motorsport dollar round up reward, 20,000 motorsport dollars. So that's certainly more useful than the racing dollars. All right. and plus 50,000 Motorsport dollar bonus for the stage completion. So let's collect that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you roar with Champ's victory, but the stage is not set yet. There is yet another play at hand. It's like, what? Going to tune the car. We'll need to give this all we've got. Faced off against previous LMP champions. Right. Ahmed, knowing Ahmed, it's only going to amp up. Alright, so I believe stage 4 is at Monza, and then final stage is going to be at the Sebring Raceway. So stage 4 before we get to the final stage coming up next, so stay tuned and we'll see you guys there.